How you doing, everyone? It's Sandesh here, and I'm here to do a video on an article. I saw this on MSN.com. It's from the Telegraph. I tried to go on the Telegraph directly to look at this, but it wouldn't allow me for some reason. Anyway, this headline it just screams of legalizing racism in schools for kids. It's just sickening. Anyway, the headline is Teachers will be trained to challenge whiteness in schools. That's a, that's just wrong on so many levels. I mean, that's just teaching kids to be and, to be racist, and this is when they're kids. Um, Before I get into the article, if you could follow me on X, subscribe on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, TikTok, and BitChute as well, if you don't mind, please. Um, Alright, here we go. Teachers will be taught to challenge whiteness in lessons, the Telegraph can reveal. Guidance has been created for teacher training courses to ensure future educators are anti racist and prepared to implement this in the classroom. Teachers will be instructed in how to disrupt the centrality of whiteness in schools according to a best practice document. The term whiteness in critical race theory refers to social attitudes considered normal by white people, and guidance suggests that concepts including meritocracy, objectivity, and individualism should be questioned. The thing is, when it says here it refers to social attitudes considered normal by white people, you're pretty much saying that let's say a certain white person does not like black people or Indians. Let's say, for example, what this guideline is trying to suggest, or what they pretty much are trying to say, not this article, but what they're talking about is they're pretty much trying to paint all white people as the same, which is just the same as I mean, this just screams of teaching teaching racism in the classroom. That's what this does. I mean, whiteness. I mean, how disrespectful can you be? Um, and guidance suggests that concepts included. Sorry, I've already read that part. Sorry. And documents state that student teachers, if they happen to be white, should also be helped to develop and project a positive white racial identity. What the hell are you trying to say? If they're teachers and they just want the best for their students, and they just happen to be white, and then they're already being a positive role model, they're already being a positive white racial identity. Is like, this is I mean, this guidance isn't. I don't even consider this a guidance. I consider this trying to brainwash kids and turn them into a bunch of racists. That's the way I look at it. I mean, whiteness. This is just so wrong. I'm so glad. I'm so glad when I was at school we weren't taught any of this crap. I'm really glad. Separate guidance has been developed in Scotland and England. Both documents have been endorsed by universities offering teacher training, including Edinburgh, Glasgow, and Newcastle, along with the National Education Union. Documents claim that encouraging anti racist teacher training will help to maintain a diverse teaching workforce and will help to close the attainment gap between white and non white peoples. You don't even need to do any of that. If you want to encourage anti racism, and then just teach the kids, like, not to judge people based on their color and based on their religion. Just do that, or based on how they look. Just do that. It's that simple. I mean, what you're just trying to do is just trying to teach racism in the classroom without admitting to it. The Scottish Anti-Racism Framework, drawn up by the Scottish Council of Deans of Education and endorsed by 10 universities, state that changes to the way in which teachers are taught will disrupt the sensuality of whiteness and enable different ways of seeing, thinking, and doing. Well, I mean, that that's not exactly that's not exactly what you're going to be. That's not exactly what this screams of. What this screams of is in one of them guidance or what it says earlier about like um norm considered normal behavior by white people. Not every white person is like that. Not every white person is like that. Not every person is like that at all. You're pretty much judging people. That's what this guidance is. This process may involve more references to colonialism and lessons and instilling an understanding of the impact of whiteness. Oh, Jesus Christ. They're pretty much trying to. This pretty much screams off we hate white people, even though they even though there's going to be a lot of white people in schools in general, whenever it's teachers and students. So it's like, what's the point of this? This, it says, will help teachers project a white racial identity grounded in reality and allyship in the classroom, free from false notions of superiority. And false notions of superiority, I mean, that's just a bully behavior. I mean, that's just bully behavior. If you want to if the idea is to weed out the bullies and then do that, then but don't teach racism. That's what you're doing. Even though they're saying, "Oh, this is meant to be anti-racism," this is not what this screams of. The National Anti-Racism Framework for Initial Teacher Training, launched in 2023, states that those teaching future teachers should debunk the myth of objectivity in scholarship and instead examine how some views are silenced in academic work. These encouraging teachers have been urged to strive for racial justice through activism and teacher unions, according to the guidance. Tools of Whiteness. A parallel anti-racism framework for teacher training was commissioned by the National Education Union in 2023 and funded by the University of Newcastle was developed for England. It states that teachers working with all age groups are crucial to anti-racism work and directs tutors to academic literature on how to deal with whiteness. The term white has nearly 400 mentions in the guidance. The term whiteness features 121 times. The former academic literature sets out the importance of dispelling notions of objectivity along with what are termed the tools of whiteness, including individualism and belief in a meritocracy. The framework also directs tutors to passages that claim white privilege includes the right to enjoyment and that emotions are themselves racialized. The white privilege includes the right to enjoyment, but the right to enjoyment can be applied to any race. It doesn't matter. This is just trying to find an excuse on wanting to hate white people. Scottish guidance aims to tackle racism in education and to create a more diverse teaching workforce. If you, why don't you just say you don't like white people? And if you're going to do that, yeah, why don't you just say, you know what? And from now on, in classrooms, we're not going to have white students and white teachers. Why don't you just do that? It has been made available by higher education institutions providing teacher training, including the universities Aberdeen and Strathclyde. I think that's what it says. A Newcastle University spokesman said, "As we saw with the recent public unrest across the UK, racism is pervasive in our society. The way that we educate current and future teachers will play an important role in breaking this cycle, and the framework was developed to provide practical guidance on this." Wow, I mean, this is just completely so wrong. It really is, and I guarantee you that a lot of the students are not gonna like this. I'm looking at some of the comments now, and the first one says, "And bearing in mind that this is both predominantly and historically a white country, which is true, why should its people be ashamed of their skin color?" That's what, see, there you go. I knew people are not gonna like this because they're gonna see how nonsensical this is. Why should people in general be ashamed of what color they are or what race they are? that should not matter. What this whiteness is doing is just judging people by their color. It's legalizing it, and they're trying to and they're trying to sound like, we're not going to be. They're trying to sound PC about it, politically correct about it. But the thing is, deep down, it's not being politically correct. It's actually worse than that, far worse. It's just, and I'm looking at another comment, and it says here, "Oh my word! Well, it is indeed time to start a new white people matter movement. Children should learn about skin pigmentation politics from their parents, not teachers. Since when has the classroom become an arena for racist theories? Exactly. It should be about that, because, in my opinion, parents, but also you could say teachers too, a part of it should teach children, don't judge other people by, by by who they are. Teach them by their teach them I mean judge them by their actions as well, and their character. Then that's what I'm saying. And this is just disgusting. This is, I am, like I said earlier, I'm so glad when I was younger, when I was at school, we was not taught any of this crap. Because I'll tell you something now, if my dad found out I was being taught this sort of stuff, he probably would have gone to the school and be really angry about what the hell they're teaching us, because this is just completely wrong. It really is. Um, Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And if you could follow me on X, and subscribe on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, TikTok, and BitChute as well, if you don't mind, please. I'll put the article in the video description as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.